Hey everybody, Andrew Morgan from the CyberCall here with Jason Slagle of CNWR. Jason, thanks for joining me.
Hey, and glad to be here.
Jason, I'm gonna share my screen right out here. We're gonna be talking about Monday's CyberCall, specifically because we're gonna be talking about third-party risk, cybersecurity and third-party risk. We're gonna have the author of this book, SVP of Truist, which is a fairly large bank, Greg Rassner, with us. I hope you're going to be able to pop up on stage as well. In light of what's been going on, I thought it was really timely to bring Greg on, and it also made me think about you, Jason, because I got to sit in your session at IT Nation Secure on really third-party risk. Can you give everybody just a synopsis of what that session was about and why it's so? I think why it means so much to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was essentially directly or indirectly called out the vendors in our space for not taking security seriously. The thing that keeps me up at night, and it actually keeps me up, is that I can do everything right, and one of my vendors has breach, and then suddenly all of my clients are cryptoed, even though I am following all of the rules and implementing very good security. You can still end up with problems. And that scares me. And so I talked there, and will continue to talk and be vocal about that being unacceptable, right? And because I don't want to own all the risk, right? If that risk at least needs to be shared, but even better, make their practices better so that we don't have that risk, right? Or that risk is minimized. No one's ever going to be perfect, but they can be better for sure.
Yeah. And Greg's going to come on. One of the things he's going to share is there's some, I don't want to say simple, but fairly basic steps that don't require a lot of stuff, Jason, from, MSPs to be asking their vendors, and it's going to segue into the next thing, which I'm going to put in this LinkedIn video, the URL to this YouTube, and it comes back to last week's CyberCall with literally one of the top offensive guys in the globe, John Strand, where Ryan Weeks asked John, how do you spot good application security? And it's less than 2 minutes, so I just love for you all to watch that. It'll be in the LinkedIn description. But Jason, your thoughts on that, if you will.
On how to gauge the vendors. So
good really application security. What's on your mind? Because you have a dev background.
Yeah. So I don't know how to fix it, right? So a lot of these code bases, right? The Kaseya breach is on everyone's mind right now, right? Like looking through some of that code, it's not great, right? And they're not alone in that, right? The other vendors that are dragging around these old legacy code bases have the same problem. Resources at the vendors need to be spent, right? If you would focus the PR efforts that it's taking to basically not get all your customers to leave now that you've been breached on fixing your stuff beforehand, then this may not have happened. So it's on it. What they say publicly matters a lot, right? With things like their vendor disclosure, the vulnerability disclosure policy, and bounties. I've been pretty vocal about bounties, but they have to have a good VDP. It can't be hostile towards people reporting things.
Got it. Well, Jason, as always, appreciate you jumping on. You're a great voice of the MSP, a huge advocate, right, of MSPs, and we'll look forward to getting your perspective on the call on Monday, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody there. Please share this out. It's going to be a really important cyber call for all of you. Take care.
Yeah.